The rain had been pouring for hours when Dave spotted her on the curb, soaked through, clutching a plastic bag with all her belongings. She looked more like a ghost than a girl. He almost drove past, until he saw her eyes. Hollow, tired, defeated. Dave had seen that look before, in the mirror. 3 years a widower, Dave had been barely keeping it together, between his night shifts at the warehouse and raising his 7-year-old son, Micah. Life felt like a slow unraveling. Money was tight, grief tighter, but something about the girl tugged at him. He pulled over. "You need help?" he asked. She didn't speak right away, just stared at him with the quiet desperation of someone who'd run out of places to go. Finally, she nodded. "I'm Ava," she whispered. "I'm 19. I have nowhere to go." He knew it was crazy. The world warned against picking up strangers, especially vulnerable ones, but something in him, a quiet, stubborn kindness, overrode the fear. "Come on," he said. "I've got a couch. It's not much, but it's warm." Ava moved in that night. She said little at first, spoke only when spoken to. She cooked and cleaned, offered to babysit Micah when Dave was at work. Over time, she began to smile. Soft, tentative things that made Dave feel like maybe, just maybe, he wasn't failing at everything. Then came the night she told him the truth. She sat across from him at the tiny kitchen table, fingers wrapped around a chipped mug. "My parents sold me when I was 16, she said, voice flat, "to pay off a debt. For 3 years I was passed around. I finally escaped a month ago." Dave's heart twisted. "They said I wasn't worth anything," she continued. "Said I was just a burden, so they gave me away." She glanced at him. "I didn't think people like you existed." Dave didn't know what to say. What do you say to a 19-year-old who's never known safety? So he said the only thing that mattered. "You're safe now." Months passed. Micah adored Ava, calling her star, because he said she made everything brighter. She helped him with homework, patched his scraped knees, sang him to sleep when Dave came home too late. The house, tiny, worn, barely standing, began to feel full, warm. But one evening, Dave came home early and found Ava in tears on the back porch. She held a letter in her hand. "What's wrong?" he asked. It's from a university," she said, eyes wide with disbelief. "I applied months ago. Didn't think I'd even get a reply, but they're offering me a full scholarship." Dave blinked. "They liked my essay about you and Micah, how you took me in, how kindness saved me." He was stunned. "But I didn't, you did," she said. "You changed everything." The day she left for college, Dave cried. Tried not to, but failed. Ava hugged him tightly, whispered, "I'll make you proud." "You already have." He choked. 3 years later, Dave sat in a crowded auditorium. Micah, now 10, sat beside him fidgeting in a too-tight tie. On stage, Ava stood at the podium, cap and gown gleaming. She spoke with strength. "Grace, there was a time I thought the world was only cruel," she told the audience. "Then a stranger let a 19-year-old girl sleep on his couch. He gave me hope, a family, and a second chance." She looked directly at Dave. "He saved me, but he didn't know. I'd come back one day to save him too." Weeks later, Dave's house had a new roof, a new fridge, new curtains, and a letter from Ava. "I got a job. My first paycheck is yours, for everything you gave me when you had nothing." She kept giving. She never stopped, and Dave, once just a struggling single dad, realized something beautiful. Sometimes miracles don't look like parting skies or grand gestures. Sometimes they look like a 19-year-old girl in the rain. And sometimes kindness doesn't just change a life. One small act of kindness can change a life, and sometimes it saves the one who gives it. In a world that often feels cold, be the warmth someone else is praying for. Because when you give with your heart, miracles have a way of finding you too.